You're about to make a trade. Which you do you listen to? Is it get optioning those options? Or let's do a little research. Learn more at finra.org/trade-smart.
All right, so if you're a senior professional, you already know the job search game is, well, it's just different at the top, right? The old rules, they just don't apply anymore. Today, we're going to break down a strategy that's pretty counterintuitive, but it is the real secret to landing those incredible top-tier roles. And let's be clear, we're not talking about just any job here. This explainer is totally focused on offers in this range, 200,000, 500,000, and yeah, even higher. The stakes are massive, and the methods that got you to this point, they might not be what gets you to the next level. So what's the secret sauce? How are these executive roles actually being filled? Well, we're pulling our insights from this fascinating analysis shared by career expert Jeff Altman, and it's all based on data from resume writer Katie McIntyre. She literally tracked what senior leaders did, and maybe more importantly, what they didn't do. Okay, so first up, let's talk about what's not working. This part is absolutely crucial because honestly, there's a good chance you might be falling into one of these traps right now and not even realize it. You know, there's this conventional playbook for job hunting that so many senior professionals stick to. You polish the resume, you hit apply 100 times online, and then you just wait. But the data is showing loud and clear, this approach is consistently failing to get people across the finish line for these elite positions. Now, this is where it gets really, really interesting. Look how specific these patterns are. The candidates who didn't get the offers, they all shared these traits. Their LinkedIn profile was basically collecting dust. They didn't make relationships a priority. They let those super valuable mentor connections go cold. And crucially, they weren't proactively offering to help others. It's a completely passive approach, and you know what? It's a losing one. And boom, this quote just gets right to the heart of it. For these top-tier jobs, your resume is not the key that unlocks the door. It's a total mindset shift, from documents to dialogue, from just applying for jobs to building real alliances. So, if the old way is broken, what's the fix? This is the pivot point. This is the aha moment. Let's break down what the successful candidates are actually doing to land these incredible offers. Just look at this. It's a completely different universe. The winners, they were active. They were out there building and nurturing strong relationships. They didn't just have a network, they used it like a living, breathing resource. They followed up consistently. And this is a huge one. They almost never just applied for a job online. Instead, they went direct. They were messaging hiring managers, executives, you name it. You have to see this side by side because the contrast is just stunning. On the left, you've got this passive, document-focused strategy. On the right, a proactive, people-focused strategy. It's literally the difference between waiting for an opportunity to show up and going out there and creating one for yourself. Okay, so the theory is great and all, but how do you actually do this? Let's turn this into a clear, actionable blueprint that you can start using like today to completely shift your own job search. Here we go, a 5-step blueprint. And this isn't about just tweaking a few words on your resume. No. This is about fundamentally re-engineering your whole approach to managing your career. Let's walk through each one. First things first, your LinkedIn profile. It's not just a digital resume anymore, come on. It has to be a showcase of your impact. And here's the key, don't just list what you did. Show your results with hard numbers, the metrics you actually measure. And then, right there, explain why those metrics matter to the business. Step 2 builds right on top of that. You have got to connect the dots for anyone who's looking at your profile. How does what you do ultimately drive revenue, or save costs, or create value? You have to make that connection totally explicit. Every senior role, one way or another, ties back to the bottom line. You have to show you get that. And this is where the networking piece gets really strategic. When you reach out to influential people, don't waste their time with basic questions. Ask the insightful stuff. The questions that prove you've done your homework and that you're thinking on a much higher level. That's how you start a real conversation, not just another informational interview. You know, confidence here is everything. You've got to do the work to understand the specific, quantifiable value you bring to a potential employer, and then have the conviction to stand by it. This isn't about being arrogant, it's about being clear, and that clarity, it affects everything, from how you negotiate to how you present yourself from that very first hello. And finally, a step that's so simple but unbelievably powerful. Your network isn't just new contacts, it's the people who've invested in you for years. So make a list of your mentors and reconnect. Send them a genuine note of gratitude. This isn't about asking for a job, it's about reactivating and nurturing the relationships that truly matter. It keeps you top of mind in the most authentic way possible. So let's just end on this thought. In the hunt for these elite roles, maybe we've been focused on the wrong document all along. The data suggests that for senior leaders, your most powerful career asset isn't a PDF you upload. It's that web of relationships you've built, nurtured, and activated. So the question is your network your new resume?